Right then, welcome to part two. So, where were we? We were looking at 72 players split across 4 teams. So, 72 is the larger number. That's going to go at the front of our division question. Then we, oh my goodness, what is going on there? Then we've got divided by 4, split across 4 teams. 72 players split into 4 teams. 72 divided by 4. So, the number we're dividing by goes to the left of the bus stop, and the number that we're dividing goes in it. Now, how many times can I times 4 before getting to 7? So I'm going to do the same trick again. 0 times 4 equals 0. In the last question, we saw the importance of timesing by 0, didn't we? Because 0 was the highest number we could times by before we went past 2. And I have a feeling that might happen again here. So we've got 7 times 4 equals 0. 1 times 4 equals 1. No, so we can definitely go past equals 4, sorry. So we can definitely go past 1 times 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. Now, so we can't use 2 times 4. So we're going to have to use 1 times 4. So 1 goes above the 7 here. 4 times 1 is 4. And we needed to get to 7, so we've gotten to 4, and we've got 1, 2, 3 left over. So what we do with that 3 that we've got left over, if it's in the tens column, is we can actually move it across to our ones and turn the 2 into 32, because remember these are 3 tens, not 3 ones. So we've got 32. So I times 1 by 4. That was the highest number I could times by without going past 7. Okay, but it left me 3 away, because the difference between 7 and 4 is 3, isn't it? If I've got 4 in my head, I count 5, 6, 7. I count 3 times to get up to 7. Okay, now I've got 32 divided by 4. And we've been looking at this for the last week. So I think everyone should know how many times I can times 4 without going past 32, but we'll all do it together just to be on the safe side. So 0 times 4 equals 0, 1 times 4 equals 4, keep doing that, 2 times 4 equals 8, 3 times 4 equals 12, 4 times 4 equals 16, 5 times 4 equals 20, 6 times 4 equals 24, 7 times 4 equals 28, 8 times 4 equals 32, 9 times 4 equals 36. Can't use that one. 32. I landed perfectly on it when I did 8 times 4, which means 32 divided by 4, because we learn inverse operations exist in division and multiplication, don't we? If it's 8 times 4 is 32, then 32 divided by 4 is 8. Okay. Let's have a go at this one then. 28 divided by 7. Here we're going to see the problem with using the bus stop method for smaller division questions. For bigger questions, it's actually more useful than it is for smaller ones, and we're going to see that here. So, set it up nicely. The smaller number that I'm dividing by goes on the outside. The larger number that I'm dividing goes in the bus stop. So I've got 7 divided by 28. So I'll start seeing how many 7s go into 2. None. And I've got 2 left over. So my 2 that are left over carry across. Now I'm doing 7. How many 7s go into 28? Well, I was doing that to begin with. This hasn't helped me at all, has it? I'm no better off than I was a minute ago when I had this little setup here. 7's into 2. I'm going to just make sure 0 times 7 is 0. 1 times 7 is definitely 7. That's way too high for what I need. I only need to go to 2. So I can only times 7 by 0 here. I've got to move the 2 across into the ones column to make 28, because they're 2 10s, not 2 1s. And it's exactly the same question again. How many times does 7 go into 28? So, made a mistake there. So the problem with this method, can you please copy and complete this STEM sentence? The problem with this method is, okay, this is a great method, it's really useful, isn't perfect. There are some issues with it, and we've just come across a real huge one. Okay, so here are your questions to try. Have a go at doing whatever challenge you fancy. As always, if you fancy doing one challenge and you feel more confident and you want to move through the challenges, that's brilliant. Still got lots of time left in this video, so I'm actually going to tie this one in as the activity support as well. I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to do one question from each level. Okay, so I'll start off with 44 divided by 4. So I'm just going to draw my bus stop rather than using the image that I've got saved. I'm just going to draw the bus stop real quick, because you're all going to have to draw it as well, so this might be helpful for you. So the small number that I divide by goes to the left. The big number I'm dividing goes in the bus stop. This one's a nice easy one. Okay, how many times can I multiply 4 without going past 4? Once. How many times can I multiply 4 without going past 4? Once. There's my answer. 11. Okay, I can check this in a number of ways. I'll start off by doing this. 0 times 4 equals 4 equals 0. Come on, Mr. Keeler. 1 times 4 equals 4. Let's move it so we can actually see it. 2 times 4 equals 8. Yep, definitely can't use 2. So 1 times 4 is the highest amount I can times by, is 1 without going past 4. Simple. I can check this answer as well, because it's an inverse operation. So I can actually do 11 times 4, and if that answer gives me 44, then I know that I've done it correctly. So I'll maybe have a go at doing that real quick. 11 times 4. And this is nice and simple for me. I can really see what's going on with this one. 1 times 4 is 4. 10 times 4 is 40. I don't even need to add them together to know that 40 add 4 is 44. It's all good. Perfect. Right. That was the first lemon and herb question. I'm going to have a go at the first medium question now. So, same principle. Going to use my bus stop because that's what we're learning today. See if I can do it with this. So I've got 4 divided by, 84 divided by 4. So 4 is the number I'm dividing by. That goes to the left. And 84 is the number I'm divided by. That goes in the middle. That's another small stumbling block I think I've come across there. I don't know if you noticed that, but I was about to say 4 divided by 84. Now I know if I was to write it like this, this would be incorrect. I'm not dividing 4 into 84 smaller pieces. That would be really difficult. Okay? Not impossible, but extremely difficult. You would have to take 4 and divide it into 84 smaller pieces. It's just so hard. Okay? I'm doing 84 divided by 4. There's another thing just to be really careful of when you're using this method, is that the numbers flip over here. So it's 84 divided by 4. Right, how many times can I times 4 without going past 8? 0 times 4 is 4. 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So I can times this twice, and it goes nice and evenly into 8. 4. How many times can I times 4 without going past 4? Well, 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. stop there. Because I landed perfectly on it. So the answer to this one, 84 divided by 4 is 21. Again, you can check your answer. You could do 21 add 21 add 21 add 21. You could do 21 times 4 to check that answer. Okay. You could even do 84 divided by 21 and see if it equals 4. Because of our fact families, we know that's how they work. Right, let's have a go at the hot one, shall we? We've still got 5 minutes. We might be able to do more together. 97 divided by 3. So let's set this up in a nice bus stop again. My 97 goes in the bus stop because that's the big number that's getting divided. The number that it's being divided by stands outside. How many 3's go into 9? Well, 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 times 3 is 9. Beautiful. Right, how many times can I times 3 without going past 7? So 0 times 3 is 3. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So the biggest number I can times by is 2. And let's just write this out here. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So I can't use that because that's gone past it. So the highest number I can times 3 by is 2. And that gets me to 6 without going past 7. Which means that there's 1 left over. Because I'm in my 1s, I can't pass it on to anything. So I'm just going to have to accept that this one is 32 remainder 1.